We have done our job, and I believe we've done it well. We've invested the top dollar to provide a quality of service proven by the Federal Communication figures to be among the best in the nation, and this at reasonable cost too. We've done this by making the investment in the past, which we're required to do. Now we're seeking a reasonable return. The alternative is for us, at some point, to determine if we should continue making the large investments necessary to maintain quality levels of service. And if we're not allowed commensurate earnings, we must determine whether or not it's prudent to continue making investments at these levels.
What about the earnings, dollar earnings? Can you give us those?
They've been holding pretty flat. Yes, I can give you those, but basically they've been along the 10, 11, $12 million range for the last 7, 8 years.
I can't believe they're so low. That seems like a pretty low figure for the advertising.
Yes, this is all we charge.
Averages. What does that work out to per phone?
The contributions would be, let me get that reference here. Let's see, on the contributions per telephone, I believe it's 0.26 hundredths of 1%. I'll get that just here in a second.
Was it 127 for advertising?
Yes. On a average telephone basis, it'd be 0.26 hundredths of 1%.
Advertising was 127,000, right?
Yes.
Sheriff contribution is 127.
Sure.
No, I'm sorry. Advertising is $229,331.
So we spent
Contributions is $127,390. And this was the amounts in the Dallas operating statement for 1971.
What percentage of your advertising would you classify as service type informational advertising as opposed to the institutional advertising approach?
I think probably Mr. Taylor, he made an estimated assumption at that. I would disagree with $80-some thousand being image advertising or institutional. We could only, in analyzing the operations for that year, we could only come up with something less than $10,000. That might be such things that you might assume would be institutional. Now this is there's quite often an advertising message that performs dual functions, and I think this is where the differences of opinion might be.
The pattern across the country that I've been able to see is that they are not raising their equipment charges in line with it to put them in a competitive position to drive out the competition. We're not asking for an unfair position. We're not asking for something that puts us over and above Bell. But we're saying don't let Bell come to the city council and use these rate changes to drive out competition.